the time that we don't need to live with all those history anymore. We have to move on. Let all those anger and hatred cease within loving kindness and compassion so that peace can flow first. We've been struggling a lot in our life already. We don't need to have more. Too much going on already, right? And everybody needs peace. And of course, peace is not just a saying, not just on the banner or along the road that we see people wrote on the windshield. That is not the peace that we are talking about. We are talking about the practicing how to have peace. If we don't practice to be mindful in our daily life, there will be no peace at all. It will take time for us to find this peace. But peace is already with us for a long time. It's just that we've forgotten it because we've been chasing the outside world. We've been chasing the materiality so much in our life. We have family, we have kids, we have work, we have everything that we chase after. And nowadays we chase after smartphone too. So, too quick, too fast. We don't even have time to look back, to pause, to stop, and look back within to find our breath. Of course, our breath is with us every single second. That's why we're still alive. But seems like we already died a long time ago. Because we never pay attention to it. Just breathe like a machine. Breathe like a robot doing its job. And guess what? At our last moment of our life, we fight for every breath. That is the time when we really suffer trying to fight for each and every breath. That is the time when we see how important it is. But for right now, we still don't see how important it is. That is why we still just breathe to survive. Now we have to breathe to live in a peaceful way. And in order for us to do that, we have to be mindful. Mindful is not about Buddhism. Mindfulness is for everybody, it's not for Buddhist followers. It's not just for the monks. Us as venerable monks, we practice mindfulness meditation a lot, every day. And that is why I decided to do this walk for peace. It's not just a walk. But every step we make, that is with mindfulness. If there are no people along the road to greet us, we pay fully attention to our walk, to our breath. But when there are people, then we switch from the breathing to the people, to whatever that we will be saying. May you be well, may you be well, happy and peaceful. That's what I always say when I see people greeting us. And then when I say that, it means that my concentration is not within my breath anymore, but it's within my speech. That is how we practice mindfulness. That is how mindfulness works. Whatever we do, the mind is with that. When we eat, the mind is with eating, chewing, swallowing. When we drink, the same thing. And then when we walk, when we washing dishes, when we cook, same thing. It's just that we've been doing a wrong way. By doing multitask. Every little thing, multitask. Changing clothes, listening to music, cooking, watching video, eating, watching movie. We already went to the theater, right? Watching movie with popcorns, right? similar like that. We do it multitask all at once. That is why we cannot have a concentration moment. We don't even have time to look back because we've been multitask, we've been chasing. Okay, that's our human beings nowadays are like that. So this is a call that our venerable monks we walk that far from Texas to here. From Texas to here, everywhere we go, we share the message. We share with you the key to open that box where you have locked peace and happiness inside and left it somewhere and you've forgotten it. Now is we show you the key, just open it, unlock it, free it. You will have a peaceful day, peaceful life. By practicing mindfulness every day within our breath, breathe in, aware of that breath going in. Breathe out, aware of that breath going out. In, out. We can also recite in and out silently along with our breath. In, out. By the nostril area. Okay, by the nostril, where the breath going in and out. Just pay attention to it. Do not force our breath. Just let it go in and out naturally like what we are breathing right now. Pay attention to it. That we have a breath going in, knowing that we have a breath going out. Keep doing that in, out. Or you can also do the counting. At the beginning, it might be very difficult for a lot of people because we don't have this habit yet. We don't have the habit of bringing our concentration back to this present moment. That's why it's difficult. So we can do the counting to support. By breathe in, count 1, breathe out, count 1, in, count 2, out, count 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 5. Start from 1 again, 1, 1, 2, 2, until 6, 6. And then reset it to 1, 1 to 7, 7, 1, 1 to 8, 8, 1, 1 to 9, 9, 1, 1 to 10, 10. And then start over from 1 to 5 again. So let's say when we count 1, 1, 2, 2, 5, 5. Is that right? No, right? That is when we are not mindful. That's when we miscount. It means that we are not there. Our mind is not there. Our concentration is not there. Then we have to restart over again from 1, 1 until you get it right. We get this, right? It's simple, but this is how we can bring our concentration back to this present moment. Do not live with the past anymore. Do not chase the future when it's not yet come. Just come back to this present moment right here and now. This is what we really need in this world. When we can live with this present moment, we are not going to be not that easy to be triggered by somebody else. And we are not that easy to react when things come to our life. The reason why we suffer is because we are so easy to be triggered by the others. Even just a little minor thing. And we are so easy to react. When that person says something, even just one word that we think that he shouted at me, he hurt me, he assaulted me, and then we react right away with anger. When that anger arises, fire starts to burn within our chest, right? And it keeps rising and rising, rising, rising all the way to the head. And it burns everything. We die each and every second. We die, but we didn't realize that. With that fire, it keeps burning and burning. It means we burn everything we have in life, which we have spent so much time and effort to practice, to work, to gain all those And now just with that one anger, we burn everything completely.
There is a profound and quiet truth waiting for us at the very center of our lives, a truth we often overlook in the sheer noise of our daily existence. We are a people who carry so much. We shoulder the heavy burdens of our personal histories, the regrets of yesterday, the lingering resentments of old wounds, and the exhaustion of simply trying to keep up. We have struggled a great deal in our lives already. We have fought quiet battles behind closed doors, weathered storms of heartbreak, and carried the invisible weight of expectations. But there comes a time when we must gently realize that we do not need to live with all that history anymore. We do not need to keep inviting the past into our present moment, letting it dictate our joy or steal our peace. It is time to move on. Imagine what it would feel like to finally set down those heavy bags, to let all the simmering anger and quiet hatred simply cease within you. When we make the courageous choice to stop carrying the stones of past grievances, we make room for something breathtaking to take root. We make room for loving kindness and compassion. Just as a forest, after a long and bitter winter, slowly yields to the softening earth and allows new life to emerge, our hearts too can become a place where peace can finally bloom. This peace is not a distant, unattainable dream. It is a gentle, living presence that is waiting for us to simply clear the ground and welcome it home. Yet, welcoming this peace is incredibly difficult because of the way we have learned to live. We are constantly in motion, moving through our days with a frantic, almost breathless momentum. We have too much going on already, right? We are a culture obsessed with chasing the outside world. We chase after material success, believing that the next promotion, the next house, or the next purchase will finally make us feel secure. We chase after milestones for our families and our kids, pouring our energy into making sure everything looks perfect from the outside. We have our work, our responsibilities, our endless to-do lists, and everything else we relentlessly pursue. And nowadays, we have added another layer to this exhausting marathon. We chase after our smartphones. We are endlessly scrolling, constantly refreshing, tethered to glowing screens that demand our attention at all hours of the day and night. Everything is too quick, too fast. We are rushing through our own lives, treating each day as an obstacle course to be conquered rather than a gift to be experienced. In all this hurried chasing, we don't even have the time to look back, to pause, to simply stop and look within. We have become strangers to our own inner landscape, running so fast on the treadmill of modern life that we have forgotten who is actually doing the running, and more importantly, why we are running at all. When we finally do pause, if only for a fraction of a second, we might notice the one faithful companion that has been with us through every single moment of this chaotic chase: our breath. Our breath is with us every single second of our existence. It is the very reason we are still alive. Yet, it is entirely possible to walk through decades of life without ever truly feeling it. For so many of us, we seem like we have already died a long time ago, moving through the world numb and disconnected, because we never pay attention to the life force flowing in and out of our own bodies. We breathe like machines. We breathe like robots mechanically doing a job, taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide just to keep the biological engine running. Most of us do not even know how long or how short our breath is on any given Tuesday morning. We take it entirely for granted. And guess what? At the very last moment of our lives, when everything else falls away, we will fight for every single breath. That will be a time of immense struggle, a time when we might suffer deeply as we desperately try to hold on to each inhalation. That is the moment when we will finally see with perfect clarity just how precious, how incredibly vital, a single breath truly is. But for right now, while we are healthy and walking the earth, we still do not see its importance. We just breathe to survive. We treat our breath as background noise, missing the profound miracle that is happening right beneath our noses. To shift from merely surviving to actually living, we must understand that peace requires our active participation. Everybody needs peace, and everybody wants it. But peace is not just a saying. It is not just a catchy slogan printed on a banner or a clever phrase written on a car windshield that we pass by on the highway. We can plaster the word peace everywhere in our physical world, but that is not the peace that truly transforms a human heart. Real peace is about the active, daily practice of generating it within ourselves. If we do not practice being mindful in our ordinary, messy, daily lives, there will be no peace at all. It will certainly take time for us to find this stillness, but the beautiful irony is that peace has already been with us for a long time. It is not missing, it is just forgotten. It is waiting for us to remember it. Mindfulness is the gentle art of remembering. And this practice is not confined to any one religion or philosophy. Mindfulness is not just about Buddhism, and it is not reserved only for monks who have retreated from the world. Mindfulness is for everybody. It is a universal human capacity. It is the practice of bringing our full, undivided presence to whatever we are doing. Whether walking across the country or just walking across the grocery store parking lot, every step can be made with mindfulness. When we are alone, we can pay full attention to our walking and our breathing. And when we encounter others, our mindfulness simply shifts its focus. We switch our concentration from our breath to the person standing before us. When we look someone in the eyes and wish them well, hoping they are happy and peaceful, our mind is no longer just on our breath. It is fully, completely infused into our speech and our connection with that human being. That is how mindfulness works in the real world. The secret to this way of living is remarkably simple, yet it is exactly what we struggle with the most. Whatever we do, the mind must be with that one thing. When we eat, the mind should be entirely with the eating, feeling the texture, tasting the flavor, aware of the chewing and the swallowing. When we drink a glass of water, the mind should just be drinking. When we walk, wash the dishes, or cook a meal, it is the exact same principle. The mundane tasks of our lives are not hurdles keeping us from peace. They are the very altars where peace is practiced. It is just that we have been doing it the wrong way for so long. We have convinced ourselves that doing many things at once is a badge of honor. We multitask every little thing. We fold our clothes while listening to music or podcasts. We cook dinner while watching videos on our phones. We eat our meals while watching a movie. We go to the theater and absent-mindedly eat popcorn, not really tasting the butter or feeling the crunch because our minds are lost in the screen. We do it all at once, splitting our attention into tiny, fractured pieces. Because we are constantly multitasking and scattering our energy, we rob ourselves of any true moments of concentration. We are physically present, but mentally, we are 1,000 miles away. We are so busy chasing the next moment that we completely miss the one we are actually in. This chronic distraction leaves us ungrounded, restless, and deeply exhausted. Because our minds are so scattered and our concentration is so weak, we become incredibly fragile in the face of life's inevitable frictions. We don't have the groundedness to pause and look back within, which means we are remarkably easy to trigger. The reason we suffer so much in our relationships and our daily interactions is because we are so easily thrown off balance by the actions of others. Even just a little minor thing, a passing comment, a perceived slight, a frustrating email, or someone cutting us off in traffic, can completely derail our day. We are so quick to react. When a person says something, sometimes even just one word, our unanchored mind instantly decides, he insulted me. She hurt me. They assaulted my character. And because we lack the spaciousness of mindfulness, we react right away with anger. When that anger arises, it is like a fire starting to burn within our chest. It flares up hot and fast. If we are not mindful, it keeps rising and rising, moving all the way up to our head, clouding our judgment and consuming our peace. It burns everything in its path. We die a little bit each and every second that we are consumed by this rage, but we don't even realize it. We don't see that this fire keeps burning and burning, meaning we are burning up everything we have in life. Think of how much time and effort we spend trying to build a good life, working hard to cultivate relationships, career stability, and happiness. And yet, with just one unchecked explosion of anger, with one reactive moment of fire, we can completely burn down everything we have so carefully built. There is a way out of this cycle of rushing, distraction, and fiery reactivity. The message carried by those who walk for peace, step by mindful step, is essentially the handing over of a key. We have all taken our own peace and happiness, locked it tightly inside a box, left it somewhere in the chaotic basement of our minds, and completely forgotten it. Mindfulness is the key to that box. You simply have to use it to unlock it, to open it, and to free the peace that is already yours. You can begin having a peaceful day, and ultimately a peaceful life, by practicing mindfulness every day with your breath. It starts right now. Breathe in, and be fully aware that the breath is going in. Breathe out, and be fully aware that the breath is going out. In, out. You can silently recite in and out, along with the sensation of the air passing through your nostrils. Do not force the breath. Do not try to control it. Just let it flow naturally, like you are breathing right now, but bathe it in the warm light of your attention. Because this habit is so new to us, because we are so used to living in the past or chasing the unarrived future, bringing our concentration back to the present moment will be difficult at first. To support yourself, you can use counting. Breathe in, count 1. Breathe out, count 1. In, 2. Out, 2. Continue this gently up to 5, or up to 10, and then start over. If you suddenly realize you are counting 22, or if you completely lose track of the numbers, do not be harsh with yourself. That simply means you were not mindful, that your concentration drifted. It is not a failure, it is just a moment of waking up. Smile at your wandering mind, and gently restart from 1. This simple, humble act of beginning again is how we train the mind to come home. By returning again and again to this present moment, right here and now, we cultivate the deep, unshakable peace that this world so desperately needs. We learn to stop running, to put out the fires of our anger, and to finally live, truly and beautifully live, in the only moment we ever really have.